All right, so we are back with yet another developer stream, and today they're covering Destiny 2 Heresy, the new season, or chapter, act, whatever you want to call it, that's coming out next week, Tuesday, February 4th, and there's a lot to talk about. I'm just condensing the entire developer stream down into only the cool bits, only the stuff that I thought was interesting, and for starting off, this is the key art for the season. This is Guardians reattacking the Dreadnought. There's Oryx, there's some type of Dread slash Taken slash Hive abomination. There's some tentacles, a little bit of cosmic horror, and I think that is a damn cool key art for one. And for two, I really am excited just to be returning to the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is my favorite location that Destiny has ever created. Spent countless hours exploring that. Destiny 1 searching for calcified fragments. It was a really great time and just by far the best, if not the second best location that has ever been introduced into Destiny. Skipping ahead to the seasonal activity that we're going to be getting, it is called the Nether, and basically, remember deep dives from Season of the Deep, it is that, but on the Dreadnought, it is a little bit more interesting. There's going to be a little bit more challenge. The boons, or the random roguelite aspects of the game mode, are going to be marginally more interesting. At a base, this game mode has no regenerating health whatsoever, which is probably the second time, or the first time that Bungie has ever experimented with just a no health regen period whatsoever. You can regen through the use of abilities and support frame auto rifles, which we will see in a second, but it is a interesting concept for sure. You explore the Dreadnought and you're searching for the Echo. That's the lore explanation to it. If you need the lore, go watch the live stream. I'm not going to sit here and let him yap. This is just a recap. There's a lot to go through, and I'm giving myself like 12 minutes to do that. Skipping ahead again, we're taking a brief glimpse at some of the weapons. This is that new support frame auto rifle. We saw Adamantite. As you can see, it is Adept. It is a support frame auto rifle. It is Strand. It is the second one we have gotten, and it is pressed to be one of, if not the most unique weapon we have ever seen. First of all, I'm loving the reuse of this particular Breakneck model. We haven't seen it in quite a while besides Breakneck. It's one that's been used and retextured rather sparingly. And looking at just another weapon, they're pulling up something called the Psycho Pomp, which is an arc area denial frame, as if area denial frames aren't already good enough. We're getting an arc version of that. So it's going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to get a more detailed look at the perks. When the season drops, I'll be sure to take a look at everything when that inevitably happens. This is one of the new redacted perks. We saw Rolling Storm, while amplified, Final Blows grants Bolt Charge. Final Blows also grant additional Bolt Charge, one of the redacted arc perks that we did see a couple times in the Squid that we have now confirmation, and this is the Origin trait. Dealing damage or defeating targets with this weapon gradually increases stability, handling reload speed, and charge rate. This effect gradually decreases over time, but this is gained more quickly when near allies. Good Origin trait, good looking weapons, and hopefully we've only seen 3 so far. Seen the auto rifle, a hammerhead reskin, and a grenade launcher, so hopefully the other 3 or 6 or so, there should be at least 9 total. Hopefully they're all good. Hopefully they all play good, feel good. Skipping ahead even further, they talked briefly about the new heretical arsenal, the adept system for the seasonal weapons. Basically, you do a challenge, you do a hard activity, you get an adept version of the particular seasonal weapons that drop with additional origin trait. In this case, these seasonal weapons that you're going to be getting from Act Heresy are going to come with the additional origin trait run with over, which is just the origin trait that you get from Kingsfall, which is okay origin trait on some weapons. Up next, they went over the new aspects. They started off with Ionic Sentry. Ionic Sentry operates much like the way Gunpowder Gamble does. You get art kills and you get an additional grenade charge that you can then consume for an Ionic Sentry. This isn't a consumed grenade. It isn't an additional ability. It is basically Gunpowder Gamble, but it gives you a sentry. Moving on to Titan, the Storm's keyed caster and class ability grants a moderate amount of bolt charges. Behind the barricade, your allies gain stacks of bolt charge. Over time, your weapons can discharge max stacks of bolt charge. This basically turns every weapon into a mini Thunderlord as long as you're standing behind the barricade. That is exactly the way the developers said it on stream. It's exactly the way we thought it was going to function. Nothing new, nothing special here. And then moving to Hunter, the ultimate LARP class, entering invisibility, marks targets, defeating priority targets, creates a weakening cloud of smoke, and also when priority targets are defeated, your nearby allies grants increased weapon reload speed and stability for a short duration, and are granted enhanced grenade, melee, and class ability energy, and also the mark does transfer between targets should you do successful hunts. This is the ultimate LARP machine, 3 sockets on a Void aspect. I am very excited to build craft. Void Hunter is my favorite subclass, period, in the entire game. Base Void, not Void Prismatic, because Prismatic Hunter is kind of doggy, but I am excited to dive into this one on the prowl. I hope to God it's good. Moving down to the artifact, we got to look at all the 5th column perks, starting off with Void Flux, defeating weakened targets with Void weapons applies Volatile to nearby targets. Also, another perk, Maligned Harvest, rapidly applying Volatile causes your next instance of Void weapon to create a weakening burst. So my Void builds are only going to get better. It's going to synergize real nice with the new destabilizing rounds that is getting buffed. It's going to synergize really, really nice into itself, the 4th and 5th column perk, those 2 Void ones. Another brand new artifact perk, Horde Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets with weapon occasionally spawns a thread link. This is going to synergize really well with the new support frame, because the support frame, whenever you heal a target, it spawns the little strand darts that shoot from target. Also flashover, when you gain maximum bolt charge, you also become amplified. Lightning bolts deal more damage, so flashover, this is just going to be a base best in slot if you're planning on doing any damage at all with the new Titan aspect. Particle Reconstruction is back as another 5th column perk, simple as it is exactly the way as it used to be back in the day. We are going to get a more in-depth, detailed artifact WID on Thursday. Gonna dive deep into that whenever that does come out, but this is something that I didn't expect them to confirm today. Vault of Glass is getting a loot refresh plus craftable weapons. Yes, that is the headline. That's the headline. I'm very excited about this, giving me a reason to play Vault of Glass again. I'm going to regrind all my weapons, new craftable enhanced perks. Awesome. The origin trait getting a little bit of love, but this is going to be crazy. This particular Hezen's Vengeance has the capability to have 8 rounds in the tube at once. If the theory crafting is true, with the time loss magazine, find a bonus of this weapon, grant bonus super energy. When your super expires, this weapon magazine size is double for a long duration of reloads from reserve. So what does that mean? You have your overflow plus bipod, or your envious plus your bipod. You have 4 rockets base in the tube, and then it's doubled with time loss. So there could be a potential to have an 8 rocket launcher, so I'm very excited to even just think about trying that. And also, moving on to exotic weapons, we have probably the craziest exotic we have seen in a very, very long time. I'm loving the new models. I'm loving the kind of risks that they're taking. And yeah, this is Barrow Diad. They didn't tell us how we're going to get this one. It's perk taken diversion. This weapon resonates your choices, hitting 3 different targets, generates a large amount of blight. Blighted seekers bore through targets. So it kind of operates as an enhanced version of the Strand Threadlings. Well, not the Threadlings, but the Strand Sever Darts that kind of shoot around the battlefield. It has kind of a glaive energy meter. Now, the person playing the game didn't do a good job at showcasing the actual effects of this weapon. I have no idea who decided that this was good gameplay to show. Good gameplay to show off, but I was laughing pretty hard when I first saw this and had to do a double take when I was recording this bit. But that's embarrassing. The weapon looks really cool sights. Its perk on paper has a lot of potential to be good. Oh, that's just too funny to me, man. Moving on to a gun that I think is going to be a little bit cooler, the Lodestar. Remember, this was leaked a year ago when the PlayStation X Bungie leaks went out. This was a key art that was referenced before the launch of it was before the 2nd season of Lightfall was out, but this is a hybrid. This is the first kinetic ammo trace rifle we have. Because of that, its power level is going to be a little bit lower, but it kind of does a couple things in that it can apply jolt very efficiently to a lot of targets. When you are hip firing, it functions like a normal trace rifle in that it has a beam, but when you are aiming down sights, it it kind of pulses like a pulse rifle, and also it has access to a special reload where you charge it up and then it does, crazy damage. It applies jolt very, very efficiently. I'm excited for this thing. This thing looks super crazy. I'm very, very happy with the risks that they're taking with these new exotics weapons with this one and the new SMG. Oh yeah, by the way, that new SMG that they just showed off, that is one of two weapons that we're going to be getting of that type. With this one, the Lodestar is coming from the season pass. They didn't tell us how we are getting the SMG. However, what they did say is that having the SMG is going to unlock something down the line, and that something is going to be a new weapon of sorrow. That's right, people who still use necrotic grips. We're getting a new weapon of sorrow. So that I'm very, very excited for. I'm loving everything so far, honestly. It's not an exciting time to be a Destiny fan, but this does look like an exciting season. Besides that, they showed off a couple quote-unquote fan favorites. Cold Denial, I never liked this thing, but it has a new origin trait, gain bonus handling and mobility when damaging targets with the weapon. Swords gain increased charge rate while this weapon perk is active. I'm assuming that's going to be applied retroactively to all of the coming back Season of Arrival weapon. So far, they have only showed off Cold Denial, and if the video fast forwards a tiny bit, you can see that. Oh, look at that right there. Yep, Whispering Slab is coming back for the one person who they mentioned specifically by name, Whispering Slab Enjoyer. For the one person who is actually going to use Whispering Slab, I hope you're having a good day. That's where the money for Wrath of the Machine went to. I'm not bitter. It wouldn't be a new season without showing off the new dungeon rewards. I am not going to be getting these. Well, actually, you know what? I might change my mind on that jacket. That jacket kind of does look like it has a little bit of sauce factor to it. It kind of looks like a jacket that I'd actually be proud to wear out in public rather than, oh, wow, you're actually wearing some Destiny merch. Anyway, Fortnite gets a Star Wars collab, so do we. Destiny X Star Wars. We finally get one. From left to right, Hunter, Titan, Warlock. Very excited. I'm just going to fast forward through all the exotics so you can get a quick glimpse at them. We got kind of a Dark Trooper Hunter. That's cool. We got an Imperial God Warlock, and we have just your standard basic Shock Trooper, basic Stormtrooper Titan, and also, besides these people on stream, we have the Death Star as a ghost. I think that's a pretty nifty ghost shell, I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, that's it. That was the developer live stream. Thanks for watching. That was my entire review. It was like an hour and 20 minutes long. I think I managed to condense literally every single useful piece of information. We're going to be getting another TWID on Thursday with, a little bit more. Dungeon Race is on February 7th. Unfortunately, I can't participate in that. I would love to, but, job. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching my video, just as it says on screen. Thank you for watching. Tune in for more. There's going to be more content coming. Back into the swing of things more, not full-time, but more consistently for the new year. I've hit my goal for this month. I'm going to hit my goal for this month. I said I wanted to do 18 videos and 8 live streams a month, and I'm well on track to hit that. So I want to thank you all for your support, and have a great day now.